Hello everyone, welcome to the ASP.NET Core tutorials. In this video, we will discuss what is the models in ASP.NET Core. In the previous video, we have discussed about the controllers in ASP.NET Core. So before proceeding with this video, I recommend you please watch part 21 of this tutorial series to understand what is the controller in ASP.NET Core. So let's understand what is the model in ASP.NET Core. So basically, a model is a part of the model view controller pattern, or we can say it's a part of the MVC pattern. And basically a model is nothing but a POCO class, or we can say a plain class which has the .cs extension if we are going to write the programming in the C# language. Otherwise it will be in .bb extension with the VB.NET languages. So as I told, like, model is basically a normal class which has the properties, and if we have the property, it means we have the get set property, and we can put the data annotation, or I will say, like, we can use any attribute to take control over the data. So that is the model. So a model class in ASP.NET Core application contain the properties and the method both. Like, we can create the properties and the method as well. Apart from that, let's see what is the role of the model in ASP.NET Core. So a model in ASP.NET Core application manage the processing of the data. For an example, like if we are going to get the data from the database and we want to show the data into the view. So through like model, we get the data from the database and we assign that data into the model class property, and that model we bind into the view. That we will see in the coming video. In this video we will see like how we create the model and how we bind the data with the model. And as we said, like, we use the property in the model class, so we have get set data from source, and we can use the data annotation over the property to manage the validation. For an example, like I have the name and I want to make that name as a mandatory field, then what I do, I can use the require attribute to like validate that particular property. So let's understand how we create model in ASP.NET Core application. So let's go to the previous application, and that is like we are working with this application. So in this, like in the previous video, we created this student controller classes, and we have created two methods called get all student and get student by ID. So now in this class, what we will do, we will create the model and then we will fetch the data using that model. So for that, what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a one folder, and that folder, what I'm going to do, I'm going to like over this ASP.NET Core application. So right click on this one and then create the model. So let's click on this add, and from here I'm going to create a one folder, and that folder name I'm going to give as the models. So let's give the models, and inside that, what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a class called student model class. So let's create a one class. So from here I'm going to select the class, and the extension will be the .cs. So what I'm going to give the name of this class is student model.cs. So what it will do, it will create a normal class for us inside the model folder. So here now what I'm going to do, I'm going to create couple of the properties. Like, so the shortcut for creating a property in ASP like ASP.NET classes is like, so what you have to do, you have to write prop and double type tabs. If you will do double tap, what it will do, it will create a property for us, and as per your requirement, what you can do, you can change the data type and the property name. And now if I will press tab again, it will come to the my property, and here you can give your property name. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to give the name as ID, and next property I'm going to do similar to this one, and this will be the string, and here I'm going to take this property name as a name, and then like prop, and this will be string, and here what I'm going to do, I'm going to take it as a stream, and next you can write prop, and here what I can do, I can make it as a int and gender. So these property I'm going to take. So I have created a one model class called student model, and in this student model I have created a couple of the property called ID, name, stream and gender. And this student model class is we have created inside the model folder. Now for an example, I want to make any property as a mandatory. What I can do, I can use the require attribute. So how we create the attribute, like before that property, what we have to do, in the big brackets we have to write the require. So now currently it is giving error because we have to use the data annotation namespace. So when you will click on this one, what it will do, it will give us that particular namespace, and we can use as a using system.data annotation. So like this is the system component model dot data annotation. So you have to select that one. So what it will do, it will get rid of that error. So this is the way of creating a model class in ASP.NET Core application. And if we want to use that any data annotation or we can say any attribute like for the property, we can do. So this is give us more control over the properties or field. So that's why model is basically very useful for the programming languages. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to create one more folder. So let's create, and that folder name I'm going to give as a DB services. So inside this one, what I'm going to do, I'm going to create another class, and this class now I'm going to give as a student service. So inside this student service, what I'm going to do, I'm going to create the methods, and what the method I'm going to create to get all the student and to get a student by ID. So before that, what I will create a one public and list of what I will do. I will take the student model, and this student model, what we have to do, we have to use the particular namespace, and I'm going to give this name as a data source. So basically what I'm doing, I'm creating a data source. Like currently we didn't integrated this application with the database, so that's why locally I'm creating a data source or a data. So this data source, basically what it will return, it will return the list of the data like student model. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a student list equal to new, and now what I'm going to do, I will return this student list. Now let's add a couple of the data inside that student list. So for that one, what I will do, student model and model equal to new student model, and here what I will do, so for making a small like faster data, what I will do, so here let's take this inside this one, and here what I will do, ID as a, so here count, so int count equal to 0 and count plus plus, and here count I am adding, and the name will be like, for an example, any name we can take like a name, and for differentiating, what I'm going to do, I'm going to add the count here. So let's add the count, and next we have taken as a stream. So similar to that one, what I'm going to do, I'm going to add the stream and then gender. So this one for all I'm adding as a male as of now, or we can differentiate as per our requirement also. So these property I have added as of now. So currently, like gender we have as a integer, so here we have the integer. So what we have to do, we have to assign the gender as a 1. So as of now I have added as a 1, and here like what I have to do, so instead of this for each, what I'm going to make for loop. It's not for each, because for each we do on the any collection, and I is less than like 10 and I plus plus. So basically what I'm going to do, I'm making a loop to create the data source or to create the data, and inside this one what I will do, I will add dot add, and I will add the model. So basically what we have done here, if you will see in this data source, we have created a one student model as a list, and now I'm creating a for loop, and inside this for loop what I'm going to do, I'm creating a one local data for our testing purpose. So here I've taken a one variable called count, and I'm appending that count and like as a name stream, and gender we have taken as a 1. So we have created a one kind of a data source for us. So this is the data source. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a one method. So what it will like get all student. So what this method will return, this method will return same like student model and get all student. So what it will return, so let's make this method as a private, because we don't want to take that method outside of this class. So get all student, and now what it will return, it will return data source. So this get all student will return the data source, means all the data which we have. Now next method, let's take public, and what we are going to return, we are going to return student model. Why? And because we want get student by ID, like so int ID. So basically what we are going to return, we are going to return the student information based on the ID. So we have the data source this. So in this data source what we are going to do, data source dot where, means using the link query, c dot like ID, and what this ID, if it is equal to ID, like whatever the ID we are passing, dot first or default. So basically what we will return the like whatever the data source is from here, we will return that particular ID from this data source. Now let's call these methods in our controller class. So here what we are having, get all students. So instead of this one, first let's call that particular student service. So student service, and where it is inside the DB service. So what I will do, service equal to new service, and now we will call the expected method. So service dot get all student, and basically what get all student returns, it return list of student model. So let's take that particular class here. So what it return all the service get all student, and similar to that one student model, what it return service dot get student by ID, and we will pass ID from here, whatever we are getting here. So now what we have done, we are calling the particular method as per our requirement. Now let's run this application. When we will run this application, what will happen, like when we will call that particular action method, so it will give us the result as per our requirement. So when we run this application, obviously we are able to see now currently the default controller. So let's go to the student controller. So student, and I'm going to write the get all student. So that particular action method in like student / get all student. So once I will click on this one, and we can see here it is showing all the data which we are having, like ID 1, name 1, and then stream 1 and gender 1. So this is the one group of section of the data, and then we have the 2, name 2, stream 2. So total 10 times we are making that loop. That's why we are seeing here the 10 record. Now similar to that one, if I want to get the data, like let's take get student ID by 1. So what it will return? It will return us the first number of the data. If I want to get the like as in 9 number of the data, then it will return us the 9. Like for an example, let's put the breakpoint. So for putting a breakpoint here, or you can press the F9, like click on that particular line, and then you can put the breakpoint. So here now let's take it as 8, and when I will hit enter, what it will do, it will hit here, and in this ID we can see like it is passing the 8. So we can see like it is passing 8, and here now if you want to see the definition, what you have to do, you have to press F11, or if you don't want to press the F11, then you can click on that particular key, so like that particular tool, and like I'm pressing the F11. So what it will do, it will take us to that particular definition, and like where we have written that method, and this is the data source, like it contains the 10 records, and from there using the link query it will filter that particular data from here. So it will return, like again I press the F11, so it is going here in the data source, and it will make this loop as 10 times, and what it will do, it will create the data source for us. So shift F11 again. So in this way, like F10, and in this way it is returning that particular data. So this is the way of creating a model in ASP.NET Core application. So basically what I created a one model folder, and inside that I created a one model class, and this is basically like student model, and I create couple of the properties here, and then I created this DB services. Inside that one I created these methods. So first is like the data source, and here I am creating one local data source, and after that I created get all student and get student by ID. So these method I am going to like I created, and then in the controller I am using these model methods. So this is the way of creating a model in ASP.NET Core, and how we utilize all those property or the model property in ASP.NET Core. So this is the way of creating a model in ASP.NET Core application. So that's it for this video. If you have any question and doubt, please comment. Thank you.